Aaron Judge officially tied Roger Maris's American League home run record last night. And at first glance, you would think that he's benefited from baseball's new style, where it's okay, strike out, swing for the fences, and the pitcher's throwing harder than ever. But it's been more difficult and more impressive than I think a lot of people realize. Baseball has altered their baseballs. They bought the company, Rawlings, and they've altered the baseballs. We've had numerous analysts on, former pitchers, who've talked about how the ball is not as lively as it once was. The Yankee outfielder has 19 more home runs than any other player in baseball. And he's on pace to be the Triple Crown winner. So he's got a few more games to try to get number 62. And we wondered about how teams were going to pitch him. And I thought, don't blame the pitchers. Blame the hitters behind Aaron Judge. Because if I can pitch around Aaron Judge and I'm actually trying to win the game, then there's no shame in doing that. It's up to the Yankees to supply somebody who's batting behind Aaron Judge where you go, we can't put him on. But even if Judge fails to hit 62, you have to admire what he's done so far this season. You got a league of Hall of Fame caliber hitters, and he has run laps around everybody else so far in baseball this season. Here's how it sounded last night with Michael Kay on the call.
And the 3-2. Drilled deep to left field. This could be it. See ya. He's done it. Number 61. He's been chasing history, and now he makes it. He and Roger Maris are tied with 61 home runs, the most anybody has ever hit in a single season in American League history.
That's courtesy of the Yes Network and Michael Kay on the call. Aaron Judge on his feelings after hitting number 61.
Definitely some relief getting to 61. You know, you try not to think about it, but it creeps into your head. And, you know, getting a chance to do it, you know, in a Yankee win, and especially on another night where, you know, Garrett Cole ties the, you know, all-time single-season, you know, strikeout record. That's, you know, that's a pretty special day right there.
Yeah, I don't know if too many people are focusing on the ball that Garrett Cole had when he surpassed Ron Guidry for most strikeouts in a single season. Does anybody have the ball? You mean the home run ball? No, the Garrett Cole ball. Here is Aaron Judge. I'm betting on himself.
Aaron, you took a pretty big bet on yourself before this season, and to answer that with 61 home runs so far, what does that say about what you've been able to do?
You know, like I said in the beginning, I never saw it as a bet. I never saw it as a bet on myself. You know, I knew no matter what, I'd be playing this year with the New York Yankees wearing pinstripes, and you know, we weren't able to agree on something, but changed my focus right then and there to, hey, let's go out there and, you know, have a great season for my teammates and do what I can to help put us in a good position for, you know, a long, deep postseason run.
Roger Maris Jr., who has been held hostage here by the Aaron Judge home run chase, trying to chase after Roger's father, 61 years ago, hit 61. And Roger Maris Jr. talked about the importance of a clean home run record.
You mentioned how Aaron Judge is a clean player. How important is it to you that a clean player without any steroid connections gets to 62?
Well, it means a lot to me, and you know, I even put a tweet out like 2 years ago that said if Aaron Judge actually were to hit 62 home runs, how would he be celebrated? I said the million-dollar question is, will he be celebrated as a single-season home run champ, and will he get all the fanfare that he deserves? So here we are. He's heading to 62. He's going to be in New York, and he should be revered and celebrated just like the single-season home run champ, not just like he's the American League home run champ. He should be celebrated, and I can't think of anybody better that baseball can look up to as Aaron Judge, who is the face of baseball, to actually do that.
McGuire and Bonds illegitimate?
I do, yeah. And I think most people do.
Here is, he talks about Aaron Judge. Is Aaron Judge going to be the true home run king?
I think it means a lot, and it's not just for me. I think it means a lot for a lot of people, you know, that he's clean, he's a Yankee, he plays the game the right way, and, you know, I think it gives people a chance to look at somebody who, should be revered for hitting 62 home runs, and not just as a guy who did it in the American League. He should be revered for, being the actual single-season home run champ. I mean, that's really who he is if he hits 62, and I think that's what needs to happen. I think baseball needs to look at the records, and I think baseball should do something.
It's too late to do that, Roger. Way too late to do that. I mean, I think individuals are doing it. The sport is not doing it. And look, we can decide who we think is the all-time home run champ. Okay. If you think it's Barry Bonds, great. The numbers show that. I think it's Hank Aaron. But that's just my opinion. You want to have a single-season home run champ? Do you think it's Roger Maris? Now Aaron Judge and Roger Maris? Do you think it's Barry Bonds? Well, the record books say Barry Bonds. It's a tired argument. Baseball didn't do a good job. Baseball created this. Baseball created most of its problems. I'm not here to clean it up. Barry Bonds, go celebrate him. Or don't celebrate him. Aaron Judge, wonderful season. Roger Maris, maybe, getting his flowers one more time through his family. That's nice to remember what he did 61 years ago. Baseball loves history. They love tradition. But when you don't agree with history and tradition, that's when you say, well, I'm going to decide. Okay, it's up to you. Whatever you decide. Hey, they weren't testing. Okay. Roger Maris played in 162 games. Babe Ruth, 154. Babe didn't play against African, American players. Minorities. Yes, I know that. Absolutely. Roger did it during an expansion year when talent was watered down. We know all of that. He played at the Yankee Stadium, short right field. I know all of those things. Babe Ruth, he had the short right. I know. So it's up to you, your own edification with this. And I don't think there's a wrong answer. If you say, look, I just choose to honor these guys that I think are clean. Because I would never, ever again go, yeah, that guy's clean. Because there are guys that I thought were clean who weren't clean. But it's up to you. And that's all that matters. Baseball is up to you. It's an individual feel. Like, I love the game. My dad, handed it down to me. That's my favorite team. That's my favorite player. It's you. And your individual relationship. I don't begrudge you if you say, Bonds, all-time home run champ. Okay. Bonds, single-season home run champ. Okay. I'm past arguing it. I always felt bad, and I said this before. One of my heroes was Hank Aaron. He just did it the right way. He didn't play in media markets. He played in Milwaukee and Atlanta. Never hit 50 home runs. Never had that crazy spike. There was nothing suspicious. Well, he played in the launching play. He played in a ballpark known as the launching pad. Okay, he did. There are a lot of people who played in that ballpark. Nobody hit 750 home runs, but we pick and choose. And really, at the end of the day, do we do a disservice to the sport? Aaron Judge, congratulations. And if baseball's not as lively as it once was, and he's hitting 19 more home runs than his closest competitor in baseball, that's remarkable. And it's not where you go, well, he benefited from that short right field porch. He's a right-handed hitter. Now, you can make this argument. Is he the greatest slugging right-handed hitter? If you include McGuire, then or Sosa, then maybe you don't agree with that. What he did, how he did it, even where he did it. Because I also factor that in. It was in New York. And the importance of this, like the national coverage doesn't match what we're attaching to this record. Like, oh my God, he could be the single season home run champ of all time. But the national coverage is not there. Locally, the Yankees and anything with the Yankees is going to be bigger than any other team and the coverage there. But I don't look at this and go, I'm going to pound my fist and say, Aaron Judge and Roger Maris, the single season home run champs. It's Bonds. It's in the books. And I asked the commissioner. So imagine, here's the commissioner who oversaw everything that happened in baseball. And he gets into the Hall of Fame, but those who were cheating underneath him don't get into the Hall of Fame. Baseball did benefit from this. But when I asked the commissioner, after he was out of office who he thought was the all-time home run champ, and he said Hank Aaron. All right. Joey Votto was with us, and he said, look, I can't answer who's the single-season home run champ until after I retire. But I know his answer. So that's where I get disappointed, where a sport has created something that somehow makes it negative. Just like when LeBron passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, there's going to be negativity there. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's going to be there. Oh, but he. Okay. I try to tell people, try to enjoy it, because we spend so much time in so many different facets of our life looking at the negative side of things. Or, hey, my side is good and your side's bad. I just want to watch this. I just want to enjoy it, and we should as well. Like truly celebrating, because I think we miss out on that a lot. And I know there's a whole lot going on in the world. But when you get those moments to celebrate, where were you at that moment? Man, cherish it. That's what this is built upon, our fandom. I love that you're passionate. I love when it hurts. I love the highs. I love the lows that fans have. But this is one of those that I'm not a Yankee fan, but I have to be a fan of what I saw. Not have to be. I am a fan of what I saw. And the clock was ticking. And the pressure is there. A whole lot more pressure than he'll lead on. Roger Maris lost his hair. He lost clumps of hair when he was chasing Babe Ruth. People didn't want him to break it. They wanted Mantle to break it, not Roger Maris. And Roger Maris was almost the reluctant home run champ. But he wasn't celebrated. And I always felt bad about that. Because he was, I think, a small-town guy. Is he from South Dakota? And, Mickey Mantle was the hero, the idol. He was Fargo, North Dakota. Is that where Roger's from?
Yeah, born in Minnesota, lived most of his life in North Dakota.
Yeah. But Yankee fans love Mickey Mantle. And Roger Maris became the single-season home run champ. And if you watch the documentary, 61, you see, we just didn't celebrate. There was a lot of negativity there. And it always felt like Roger Maris died with a broken heart because he was a really good player. And he played for the Cardinals as well. He won, played baseball the right way. Never heard much from him. And it's almost like there was a negativity attached to that. I always felt bad about that. He wasn't out like Mickey Mantle was. He wasn't partying. He wasn't doing anything. He was a square guy. His square haircut. They lived together at once. I can't imagine that. Roger in bed by 8:30 and Mick coming in at 8:30 a.m. Yes, Marv.
And you can even see it when Roger Maris hits his 61st home run. They're pushing him out so he can take his curtain call. Yeah. He seems like he didn't want it at all.
No, because I don't think he felt welcomed. That they weren't embracing him. And these were the Yankee fans. It was Babe or it was Mick, not Roger Maris. He doesn't break the all-time record. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, and Maris was an all-star with Kansas City in 59, joined the Yankees in 60. He actually was the MVP. The season before he hit 61, he was league MVP with 39 homers, 112. Then the 61 season, 61 homers, won MVP again. Then went back to 33 homers. He never had more than 40 before or after that in his career.
Yeah, imagine if you had that spike now. We'd be like, So you go 39, 61, 37. Yes, Heaton.
I wonder if in some bizarro way Aaron Judge actually just hurt his contract chances because he's probably not going to have a better season than this. So it's like, well, we got to pay all this money, but this is where you're going to start declining because you're never going to do this again. Hey, mind games.
Yeah, we got our money's worth out of you this season. You're not going to approach this again.
What do we need to give you $500 million for when you just did this?
It was re-emphasized to me last night about the San Francisco Giants needing Aaron Judge. Needing. Because that's a faceless franchise right now. And does he want to go back home? Does he use this against the Yankees to say, You had your chance. I'm going to go someplace else.